In 2022, Morocco shocked the football world. They defeated Belgium, eliminated Spain, knocked out Portugal, and became the first African nation to ever reach a FIFA World Cup semi-final. But here's the crazy part. None of this was luck. Morocco had been preparing for this moment for nearly 20 years. While the rest of the football world focused on today's results, Morocco focused on building tomorrow. They invested in young players, built world-class facilities, revolutionized their scouting, and created one of the most successful football projects in Africa. Now, one question remains. Can Morocco become the first African country to win the World Cup? Chapter 1. Before the Revolution. For decades, Morocco was a respected football nation, but they were never considered Africa's biggest powerhouse. They occasionally qualified for the World Cup. They produced talented players, but they rarely challenged the world's elite. Meanwhile, countries like Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana, and Ivory Coast regularly stole the spotlight. Morocco lacked consistency. Every tournament felt like a fresh start instead of another step forward. There wasn't a clear, long-term football philosophy. Youth development wasn't producing enough elite talent. Facilities lagged behind Europe's best. And while individual players succeeded overseas, the national team struggled to compete with the very best. The Moroccan Football Federation knew something had to change. Not just the coach, not just the players, the entire system. Chapter 2. Building the foundation. Instead of chasing short-term success, Morocco invested in its future. One of the biggest turning points came with the construction of the Mohammed VI football complex. This wasn't just another training centre, it became one of the most advanced football facilities in the world. The complex includes world-class pitches, elite recovery centres, modern gyms, sports science laboratories, medical facilities, video analysis rooms, luxury accommodation. Everything designed to develop future stars. Many experts now compare it to France's famous Clairefontaine Academy. But buildings alone don't create champions. Morocco also invested heavily in coaching. Youth tournaments, grassroots football, and better training methods across the entire country. The goal wasn't simply to produce one great generation. It was to create a machine that would keep producing talent for decades. Chapter 3. The diaspora strategy. Morocco had another advantage that very few countries could match. Millions of Moroccans live across Europe, especially in France, Belgium, Spain, and the Netherlands. For years, many of the country's most talented young players chose to represent European national teams. Morocco decided to change that. Instead of waiting until players became superstars, they contacted them while they were teenagers. Federation officials built relationships with both players and their families. They invited them to youth camps, made them feel connected to their heritage, and showed them there was a serious project waiting for them. The results were incredible. Achraf Hakimi, Hakim Ziyech, Noussair Mazraoui, Sofyan Amrabat, Naif Aguerd. Many of Morocco's biggest stars developed in Europe before choosing to represent their parents' homeland. It completely transformed the national team. Chapter 4. The world finally noticed. Then came the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Almost nobody expected Morocco to become one of the tournament's biggest stories. They topped a difficult group, defeated Belgium, held Croatia, then came Spain. After 120 minutes, the match went to penalties. The pressure couldn't have been higher, but Morocco stayed calm. They eliminated one of football's biggest nations. Then they faced Portugal, another European giant, another historic victory. Suddenly, Morocco became the first African nation to ever reach a World Cup semi-final. The entire football world celebrated, but inside Morocco, many believed this was exactly what years of planning were supposed to achieve. This wasn't a miracle, it was the reward for 2 decades of smart decisions. Chapter 5. The project continues. Unlike many surprise teams, Morocco didn't stop improving after Qatar. The country's Olympic team won a bronze medal. Youth academies continue producing exciting prospects. New stadiums are being built across the country. Domestic clubs remain among Africa's strongest. The federation continues investing millions into football development. Morocco is also preparing to play a major role in the 2030 FIFA World Cup. Hosting the tournament will place even more attention on the country's football ambitions. The goal isn't simply to host. The goal is to compete. Chapter 6. Can Morocco make history? Winning the World Cup remains one of the hardest achievements in sport. Only nations from Europe and South America have ever lifted the trophy. But every record eventually gets broken. Morocco has already achieved something no African nation had ever done before. Now they're aiming even higher. Their football system keeps improving, young stars continue emerging, infrastructure keeps expanding, and the belief inside the country has never been stronger. The dream of becoming Africa's first World Cup champion no longer feels impossible. It feels realistic. Morocco's rise teaches an important lesson. Great football teams aren't built overnight. They're built through patience, planning, investment, and belief. The 2022 World Cup wasn't the end of Morocco's story. It was only the beginning. Now, the entire football world waits to see whether Morocco can complete one of the greatest journeys in football history and become the first African nation to lift the FIFA World Cup